My friend, the link, please. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bill Smith. I manage the Northern New Jersey region for auction.com. Welcome to our Ocean, Middlesex, and Monmouth counties pre-auction review online. This is a service that we provide to you. Today, we're going to offer about 18 to 20 assets in these three counties coming to sale the week of October 1st, 2018. It is our hope that you will benefit from the offerings and the experts that I have here. Nick, from Fortune Title, will be coming soon, along with Attorney Joe Gatchko. At this particular time, I'm going to turn it over to our fearless leader, Luis Leyva.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in once again. We have a little bit of a light panel at the moment, but we will be getting some more members as we proceed with these slides. So what we're going to teach you guys today is how to look at these properties from the eyes of an investor who has been doing this for years. We're going to teach you how to make an assessment from the exterior of the house only, how to make the best decision when you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. And we also have with us David Weintraub. He's going to tell us all about how to fund these deals. And I'm going to tell you more or less what you need to know before you make that decision. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump into our first slide.
Streaming to Russia.
Yeah, what we're getting really.
One second, ready, set, go.
All right, so our first property today is 5 Snapper Avenue in South River. This home is approximately 966 square feet, Cape Cod style home. So we were able to pull up some information on this home. We were able to verify that the home was a single family with the square footage being verified at 996 square feet. The home was built in 1920 and has a stucco exterior walls, and the total taxes for this home per year are $5,855. If this home were renovated, it could sell for around $285,000. You may want to budget about $30,000 for repairs, and that's just an estimate. You may spend more or less than that number. If you decide to rent the home, you can count on at least $1,850 per month in rent, if not more. David, tell us about the financing.
Based on these numbers, the as-is price range of $192,800, you can get for lending anywhere between $160,000 all the way up to 100% of purchase price on this type of property. Your rehab budget would range anywhere between $30,000 up to about $65,000. Everything again is based off the $285,000 ARV, so you could expect to get approximately, $215,000 to $220,000 in total.
Okay, our next property is 709 Wadsworth Avenue in Borough, South Plainfield. I apologize. So this home, we were able to find an old listing on this home, and it's a Cape Cod with 3 bedrooms and 1.5 baths. The lot size on this home is 10,400 square feet. It's been expanded and has a full bathroom on the second floor with an extra large backyard. This home's taxes are $5,833 per year. This home can be resold for $310,000 after repairs. Budget $45,000 for those repairs, and you can get about $2,000 a month in rent.
And based on these numbers of $310,000 after fair value, expect to get anywhere between $225,000, $230,000 total loan amount for something like this. You can get for purchase price, you can get anywhere between $160,000 all the way up to the full ask of $201,000. Repair estimate anywhere between $45,000 and $80,000. It really depends on how you want to use your money, but the total loan amount is going to be around $225,000 to $230,000. I like this house.
All right, our next property now is 37 Juliet Street in New Brunswick. The estimated debt owed on this home is $260,986. This particular home has a square footage of 1,642 square feet. On our next slide, we're able to verify that this home is categorized as a two-family home with 5 bedrooms and 2 baths. It's a 2-story home with the square footage that we came up with was 1,830 square feet. This home was built in around 1900 and lot size is approximately 5,000 square feet. It's all brick and the taxes per year are $5,881. The home can be resold for around $310,000 when it's in decent condition. You may want to budget $40,000 in repairs and you can get about at least $2,000 in rent for this home.
Similar to the last property, you get about the same amount, anywhere between $160,000 to $200,000 for the purchase price. Repair estimate anywhere between $40,000 and $70,000 based on the ARV of $310,000. And I actually know exactly where this is, having grown up there. You're literally right in between the New Brunswick campuses and Cook Douglas College campuses for Rutgers University. So this could be, not going to say recession-free property, but you're going to be in between campuses at Rutgers in a nice area, and it could be a good investment property for a buy and hold. Someone's here. I like the energy.
All right, our next property now is 763 Carpenter Road in North Brunswick. This home has approximate estimated debt of $374,792 owed to the bank. The square footage on this one is 1,481 square feet. Let's go ahead and see the next slide. All right, so this categorizes a single family with 3 beds and 2 baths. The living area is actually correct, 1,481 square feet. Home was built in 1965. It was recently on the MLS as a short sale, so that might give you the opportunity to actually reach out to the listing agent and get some more information. This home's taxes are $8,230 per year. The home can be resold for just over $300,000 when it's in good condition. You may want to budget $40,000 for repairs, and you can get at least $2,200 in rent per month on this home.
This property, similar to the other, you'll get anywhere between $160,000 up to $160,000 up to almost the full asking price of $196,000, or the full as is price, $196,000 on a loan. Rehab estimate anywhere between $40,000 and $80,000 or something like this. Again, North Brunswick, good high school, good area, could again be a good flip and potentially a good buy and hold property. Tim Howard played there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, our next property now is 34 Reed Way in Freehold. This home is approximately 2,272 square feet. The estimated debt that's owed on this home is $346,921. On our next slide, we're able to verify that the home is a single family with 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. The square footage is accurate at 2,220 square feet. Home was built in 1995, so it's relatively new. Home has a lot of upgrades and it's in good condition. The taxes on this home are about $10,265 per year. The home can be resold for around just over $400,000 when it's in good condition. Your repair estimate on this home may be around $30,000, and you can rent this home for at least $2,800 per month.
Luis, what's in that secret room?
There's a secret room in the attic, so maybe they keep some who knows, but I guess that's a little bonus room that they added maybe for the kids or something.
Yes. Based on the repair price range of $402,000, expect to get approximately $300,000 in loan, a little bit more for this property. So basically looking at the as-is price range and your repair estimate, you got to figure if your total loan amount is going to be around $305,000, that's got to fit within that budget of purchase and repair estimate. Jacuzzi tub. That's a seller for me. Yeah. I like this house.
Okay, our next property now is 337 Sweetman's Lane in Millstone, New Jersey. This home has an approximate debt of $420,352 owed to the bank. On the next slide, we're able to see this home is actually a single family home that's been confirmed. It has 5 bedrooms and 4 baths. The property is actually a horse farm with three houses on it, and it has a horse barn that measures 32 by 85 on 7 acres. The main home, though, is in need of a lot of repairs, and the taxes on this home are $7,433 per year. This could be a good opportunity for someone who's into that kind of a lifestyle. This home can be sold for $650,000 when it's in good condition. Budget at least $100,000 for repairs for the least of the principal home, and you can get at least $3,500 in rent for this property.
Based on the $650,000 repair estimate, you would get a total loan of about $485,000 to both purchase and repair this property. As Lewis mentioned, it looks like this house does need quite a bit of work, but Millstone is a very valuable area, so anything's negotiable. So get this property whatever you can. I think the land alone is quite valuable down there.
Yep. Okay, our next property now is 20 Liberty Place in Hazlet, New Jersey. This home is approximately 2,098 square feet, has a total estimated debt of $270,594 owed to the bank. Let's go ahead and see our next slide. And we did confirm this home is a single family bi-level with 4 beds, 3 baths, approximate living area of 2,098 square feet. The home was built in 1972. And as per the MLS records, the home was being sold for cash only. So it probably does need some repairs and upgrades. The taxes on this home are approximately $7,161 per year. The home can be resold for around $300,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $50,000 for repairs, and you can get around $2,100 plus for rent every month.
Lewis mentioned that it's a cash only sale. So if you're going to use a hard money lender of any type, just kind of let it be known up front that that's what you plan on using, that they'll probably take the cash just the same, but you don't want to run into a situation where you agreed for a cash only sale, and next thing you know, the seller is dealing with a lender. It might not bode too well for you in the long term. Based on the repair estimate of almost $300,000, expect to get around $225,000 overall loan amount. Purchase price, you'd get anywhere between $140,000 up to the full as-is price range of $184,000. Repair estimate would fall within your budget as well, $50,000.
Right, our next property now is 125 Woodland Drive in Keyport. This home is approximately 1,252 square feet and has an estimated debt owed to the bank of $322,847. Right, our next slide, we're able to verify this home is a single family with 3 beds and 2 baths. The living area is approximately 1,252 square feet. Home was built in 1950 and does need some upgrades. Home was listed as a short sale not too long ago on the MLS, so you may want to reach out to that listing agent. Taxes on this home are approximately $5,473 per year. This home can be resold for somewhere around $175,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $50,000 for repairs, and you can get about $1,200 in rent per month.
Based on the repaired price range of $175,000, you get a total loan amount up to $131,000, 75% of the repaired value. That'll cover anywhere between $60,000 and $80,000 of purchase and your $50,000 worth of repairs. That was nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, our next property now is 253 Jolene Avenue in Long Branch. This home is approximately 1,712 square feet, on a 1/4 acre. Let's go ahead and check out our next slide and see what other info we have. According to the slide, this home is a single family with 3 beds and 2 baths with a living area of 1,712 square feet. Home was built in 1915 and has a total tax amount of around $5,095 per year. The home can be resold for around $380,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $30,000 for any repairs, and you can get about $2,300 a month in rent.
Expect to get anywhere between $210,000 all the way up to the as-is price range of $269,000 for the purchase of this house from lending. The repair estimate of $30,000. You can get anywhere between $30,000 and $60,000 depending on how you want to move your money around. Total loan amount around $285,000 for this property.
Our next property now is 811 Blasius Avenue in Brick. Hey, Nick.
Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Here he comes.
Gentlemen,
Any papers?
do I have to move it? No, I have no papers.
Get the papers?
Check the taxes.
I don't have the papers.
You can go right off.
We'll go off the screen. Hi, sorry I'm late. Like my hat.
Okay, now we're joined by Nick from Fortune Title. And the property we're just currently on is 811 Blasius Avenue in Brick. Okay, so according to what we were able to pull up on this home, it's a single family expanded ranch with 3 beds and 2 baths. The living area in this home is 1,840 square feet. This home was built in 1986. It has a unique floor plan according to the MLS, and the bedrooms are on opposite ends of each other. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your living situation. Taxes in this home are $5,993 per year. This home can be resold for just over $300,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $40,000 for repairs, and you can get about $1,900 a month in rent. Hopefully we can get the title up on the screen. Can you see anything there? How's that?
Sure. So 2007, it sold for $287,000. This pendant was filed in 2016, which is telling me that there could be 2 to 3 years worth of taxes due. So make sure you check your taxes. The mortgage was recorded in 2012. So probably most of it is due. We're good. That's good. I would say just watch your taxes, make sure that you're looking at that because it's so old in the foreclosure. 2 years worth of taxes could be expensive.
Based on lending, you expect to get anywhere between $160,000 up to the as-is price range of $196,950 for your purchase. Repair estimate anywhere between $40,000 and $80,000, depending on how you want to move the money around. But overall loan amount, expect to get around $226,000 for this property.
Okay, great. Our next property is not ready yet.
Those bad boys. Go for it.
Sure. Our next property now is 1450 Paul Boulevard in Manahawkin. This property, we were able to find out that it is a single family home with 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, living area of 736 square feet. This home was built in 1973 and it has a charming waterfront property I guess the property is behind it is waterfront. So that would be, it probably is. So that's probably a really good feature for selling this home. It has an eating kitchen, living room, and a nice large room in the rear. Taxes in this home are $4,781 per year. The home can be resold for around $265,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $30,000 for repairs and about $1,500 in rent a month. Now, I will say one thing, that this home is in Manahawkin and by body of water. The rent is going to be a lot higher if it's seasonal, as opposed to if you did it for the whole year. So that could definitely change the whole business plan around this property. Nick?
So flip over to the title. Oh, great. Just active, doesn't give as much of anything. The mortgage was in 2012 for $220,000. If this is in a good area in Manahawkin, that's a small little house there. There's a lot that can be done with there, and the price of that could like just skyrocket depending on what you want to put into it. But watch your taxes on it too. If you do pick it up and you do make it a little McMansion, the taxes are going to skyrocket as well.
Expect based on the $178,000 as is price range anywhere between $135,000 up to the full price of $178,000. You can get that for purchase. Rehab amount anywhere between $30,000 and like $60,000, something like this. As Nick mentioned, I've been in a number of these houses. As Nick mentioned, a lot of people in the area can build onto and build up on these properties, but these are very small, 2 bedrooms in the back, living room and kitchen in the same room. That's on the west side of 71, so it's going to be on the bay side. You can have water right there. But as Lewis mentioned as well, it's going to be very seasonal as a rental.
It's a bungalow.
Yep. I had to stay in one of those with my almost in-laws. And it was terrible.
The beach is beautiful down there.
Yeah, I lived at it. I put a tent out.
Yeah, boats.
Just miserable.
All right, our next property now is 919 Toonsbrook Drive in Toms River. This home has been classified as a single-family home with 5 bedrooms and 2 baths. The living area on this home is 2,096 square feet. Home was built in 1972 and is deceivingly large for a cape. Has an in-ground pool that measures 16 by 35 and French doors that leads to the deck. This home has approximately $5,898 per year in taxes. The home can be worth around $325,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $40,000 for repairs, and you can get about $2,100 a month in rent.
So it was purchased in 2001 for $190. Doesn't tell me when the default happened, but the 2006 mortgage was $294, almost $300,000. So that judgment will be up there a little bit. 10 years paid off. It's probably about what they paid for it. And just watch your taxes. Just make sure they're paid.
Based on the repaired price range of $325,000, you can expect to get around $240,000 to $245,000 for a total loan amount. Based on the other numbers, that would cover, your down payment, the purchase price, and the rehab. I mentioned the total loan amount because you can kind of move that around any way you want. If you wanted to apply all of it towards the purchase and put the rest towards rehab and fill in the rehab yourself, you want to put some money down as well up front, and then have the lender kind of give you 90% of the purchase price and the rest of it remains for rehab. But total loan amount, so what's most important to you, around $243,000, which is 75% of the after repair value. French doors.
Fancy.
Into the back deck.
Yeah.
To the built-in pool.
Must have been French.
Oui.
Next property, 14 Bayberry Court in Jackson. This home has been classified as a condo unit with 2 bedrooms and 1 bath. It is an end unit, so that will give it a little bit more value. It is on the 2nd floor, though. This home has a living area of 1,029 square feet. The association has great amenities, according to the MLS. Not too sure what that would consist of. The taxes on this are $3,448 per year. The home can be resold for around $150,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $20,000 for upgrades. You can get about $1,250 per month in rent.
Since it is a condo, you have to be cautious of the association dues. Normally, you'll be responsible for 6 months of what is due if everything was served right. And then when you do take over the unit, there will be charges for them to start an account and probably 2 more months worth of dues that'll be wanted up front. You also have to make sure that there is in the association, if you're planning on renting it, that they'll allow you to rent it. And sometimes with these units in this area, you might run into affordable housing. And that's one thing to be careful of, because as the bidder, we ran into this about a month ago. I had a client who bid on the property and couldn't get it because she made too much money. She didn't fall into the affordable housing category to buy the property. So you have to be careful of everything nowadays to make sure that it's covered.
Yeah, and I'd like to add to that, that if you are using a lender, any lender, make sure that there's a couple of thresholds that get met. Some lenders have minimum thresholds of $100,000. Some have minimum thresholds of a loan of $50,000. Some have after repair value thresholds of $150,000. So make sure you ask those questions. Also make sure the condo association will allow you to purchase the property in the name of an LLC and not just and not your own personal name, because a lot of lenders, the majority of lenders will only lend to you in the name of an LLC. And you'll also want to ask for a condo questionnaire at some point that has to be filled out for the lender as well. So there's a lot of things here, but overall you'll get a loan amount of around $112,000 based on the repair price range of $150,000. Good buy and hold. Mm-hmm. Do it. If you can do it.
Our next property now is 214 Heron Road in Brick. This is a single family home with 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, living area of around 1,348 square feet. This home was built in 1972 and has a huge backyard and plenty of room for a pool if you're into that kind of stuff. The property's taxes are $5,518 per year. The home can be resold for around $282,000 if it's in good condition. Budget for $30,000 for repairs, and you can get about $1,800 in rent for this property per month.
Go to the property screen so you can see a little bit. 2007, it was purchased for $294,000. This pendant was filed in March of 2017, which means you're getting close to 2 years worth of what may be due in taxes. I would say it's something to look out for. A question is, does a pool add to the value of the house?
Down there, down the shore, a lot of them do have pools, so it would probably add value. But then again, some people have children, so that would be not a selling point. So that's why I said if you're into that kind of thing of having a pool in your home, it could be a liability, it could be an asset if you're thinking about, utilizing it for the whole summer or maybe getting more money for the home when you sell it. So it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, we're thinking about my neighbor actually was doing a sale growing up, and the buyer asked them to fill in the pool for them because they didn't want the pool. So, by the way, the pool's still there. That didn't happen. In any event, based on the ARV of $282,000, total loan amount for a property like this would be about $212,000. Again, that's going to cover your as-is price range and your repair estimate. Keep mentioning the overall amount because you can kind of put that money where you want it when you're dealing with the lender. You want to put it all towards the purchase or you want some for the rehab, that's up to you. But figure $212,000 based on the $282,000 after repair value.
Tweed.
I have a thing tonight too.
Our next property now is 305 Jefferson Court in Brick. This home is classified as a single family with 4 beds, 3 baths. The living area in this home is 2,680 square feet. The home was built in 1970. The home features an oversized master suite, walk-in closet, luxurious master bath, and the taxes in this home are approximately $7,706 per year. The home can be resold for around $356,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $40,000 for repairs, and you can get about $23.50 a month for rent. This home appears to be on the market. As you can see in the picture, it has some sort of a for sale sign. So if you need more information on this one, I'm sure you can find it online.
So it was purchased in 2006 for $415,000. Those pendants went on in 2016, so that's 2 years. Again, be careful with your taxes. Make sure there wasn't a tax sale sold on it, and then you'll be responsible for that as well. That's it.
Based on the repair estimate, expect to get approximately $268,000 total loan amount for this property. That'll cover your as-is price range. Repair estimate of $40,000. Once you have your down payment, it would fit in there as well. Again, $268,000 will be a total loan amount. How you want to use that money or how you want to apply it will be up to you as long as it fits within the purchase price and the rehab estimate. Anytime that you don't have enough money with your rehab estimate, a lender will also, that'll kind of be money you have to fill in the gap with. Doesn't necessarily mean they won't do the deal. They just want to make sure that you know that you're going to have to, if the rehab budget's $40,000 and only giving you 30, $10,000 of repairs going to come out of your pocket. Next pocket.
Next pocket. Yeah.
Next pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
pocket.
The pockets are getting empty.
Those repair estimates. You know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, our next property now is 4 Lookout Street in Beechwood, New Jersey. I just want to make a quick point of reference is that a lot of these comments we have on our screen are comments from the MLS listing when it was previously listed. So sometimes they may take the liberty of writing some pretty weird stuff. So this is classified as a single family with 2 beds and 1 bath. The living area on this home is 1,763 square feet. The home was built in 1925. This home does have a tile fireplace that's not working, but according to the listing agent, it is worth fixing. And it has a lot of windows for cross ventilation. Taxes on this home are $5,292 per year. This home can be resold for around $240,000 if it's in good condition. Budget $50,000 for repairs, and you can rent this home for about $1,700. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if my agent put down the home has a lot of windows for cross ventilation, I'd probably say you can find nothing else about my home but the fact that it has
That fireplace.
There's no air conditioning.
You're going to want to fix that fireplace. I can tell you right now.
Yeah. All right, good. Nick, what do you got?
It might not be heat.
2004, it was purchased for $207,000. This LP went on in 2010. This has been in foreclosure for a while, which means something's been going on back and forth. The original mortgage is from 2006. So it looks like they might have been trying to save it and work it out, but not happening if it's going up to sale now. Again, be very cautious of the taxes on this one because you're talking, it's been in foreclosure for 8 years. Either the bank hasn't been taking care to get it on the market or they've been playing games with the owner trying to work out some type of a modification. So just be leery, check your taxes, definitely.
They don't call it Lookout Street for nothing.
Yeah.
All right. You get a total loan amount of about $180,000 based on the repair estimate of $240,000. That'll fit in with the as-is price range of $136 and the repair estimate of $50,000. Again, from a lending standpoint, you could kind of put that money where you want to. You want to put it all towards the purchase or the rehab. That could be entirely up to you. But total loan amount $180,000. I'm interested in finding out what this house is now. Just want to see that fire.
It's on 4 Lookout Street in Beechwood.
Yeah.
Take it away. Lewis will show it.
Beechwood. Where's Beechwood?
Our next property now is 40 Ocean Boulevard in Little Lakes Harbor. This home is a single family home with 2 stories, 5 bedrooms and 3 baths. The living area on this home is 2,334 square feet. This home was built in 2006. It has nice landscaping and is classified as a short sale on the MLS. This home only pays $5,292 per year in taxes, so this could look like a really good deal. The homes in this area vary in price range, and it could be anywhere from $300,000 to $350,000 when it's in good condition. Doesn't look like it needs a lot of repairs, so you may only need to budget about $30,000 for upgrades and cleanup. If you decide to rent this home, you can get $1,900, but then you can get a lot more during the summer season, and that could easily double if you decide to go that route. Nick?
So 2004, they bought it for $67,500. There's a first mortgage on it from 2013 of $337,000. So they bought low. Looks like they did a lot of work to it. The LP was filed on 2017. So you know it's been in foreclosure for at least a year. Just check the taxes on it. But just from the pictures itself, I would say it's probably in good shape. You probably don't do a lot of work to it.
Yeah. Based on the repair estimate of $292, which is probably easily comped in those areas, you expect to get a loan amount of around $220,000 for this. So that should cover, majority of your purchase price and any repairs you might need. That looks to be on the bay side, like on the interior bay right by the ocean. So again, as they pointed out, potentially a good rental in the summer, tougher in the winter.
Forked River.
Our next property now is 54 Salt Spray Drive in Forked River, like you would say down south. This home is a single-family home with 6 bedrooms and 4 baths. The living area in this home is 2,882 square feet. Home was built in 1971. It has a free boat slip 250 feet from the home, which is great. It has an upgraded kitchen, full appliance package. This home's taxes are only $7,298 per year. This home could be resold for around $405,000 when it's in good condition. Budget $40,000 for repairs, and you can get about $2,500 in rent. I don't know about you guys, but $7,000 in taxes, man, that's like the highest we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
We're going down the shore.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty big house, but boat slip.
Boat slip is
Yeah,
big.
that might
Do
be
you think
like,
it's big enough for Lewis's yacht?
That's tough to say, man.
yeah, Lewis's yacht he's got a small yacht. Yeah.
Entry
Canals there, you know.
And by the way,
entry level.
I was always told that it was Forked River. I don't know why.
People from down south say Forked River.
I'm from New Brunswick. It's right in the middle.
The mortgage was $278 in 2012. So, and it probably I don't know when the notice was sent in on the default, but there was an assignment in 2017. So, I'm going to guess around then is when the foreclosure was taking place. So it's probably been in default since 2017, 2016. Just be careful with the taxes. Looks like a really nice house now.
Yeah.
And you get a boat slip. Put my Salomon boat in there.
That's right. Based on the ARV of what's $410,000. Next page.
Your page?
On the page. Make sure I got the
Not
next,
that page.
next page. That's $405,000. Expect to get around $302,000 total loan amount on this, which will, again, I keep repeating it, but apply that money as you see fit. You want to apply it towards the purchase or the rehab. But once you have your down payment of the 10%, it'll cover your repair estimate and your purchase price. It does look like a nice house.
It does.
6 bed.
6 beds.
Okay, that will conclude our presentation for today. We'll now move into our question and answer segment.
Okay, guys, our first question of the day
Is there a seasonal trend? You see on the properties going to sale.
I think we did these questions. I got some good on these. I'm well versed.
Reversed?
So we did this
Yeah, we practiced.
twice in a week, so many questions.
Okay. Are we answering questions? Are we holding? Are we going? Are you ready for us?
1 second. Record in between each one. Go ahead.
Okay, now is our Q&A session, and the first question of the day is there a seasonal trend you see when more properties are going to sale? What months are best or worst? Okay, so there really isn't a, it's always up and down week to week, but if you really want to get technical, the first week of the year in January is usually pretty busy because you will see a lot of adjournments during December for the holidays. So to answer the question here, December is pretty slow. January is pretty busy. I'm not sure if you guys have seen any uptick in business around those months or any down turn in business.
Well, foreclosures slow down usually around the holidays. So you figure by the end of November through December and into January, that period there, the banks are not looking to do service and bust people's chops around the holidays. So they tend to back off. But after January, it just picks right back up. And there's sometimes there's a boost at the end of December, just trying to get things filed to get them into this year. So it's not seasonal for foreclosure. That's not what I've heard anyway. Have you bought a property at sheriff's sale and elected not to purchase title insurance? Foolish thing to do, but yes, people have done that. I do have investors that I work with who buy third party. We do the title for them. They don't take the insurance. And then when they're ready to sell a year later or 6 months later, they come back saying there's an issue that somebody else found. And I'm like, well, if you had insurance with me, I would cover that issue. But you did not. My opinion, you want to protect yourself, protect your money. get title insurance.
You cannot get a loan without title insurance. I'll tell you that right now. So that's that.
Nick, a question for you on this particular one that I can add on.
Hold on. He's stopping us.
Nick, does title insurance also cover vacant lot fees? Because I've seen that there's been vacant lot fees that have shown up after the fact. And some title companies will say, well, you would have to go through an underwriter, put a claim through, and some of them say we don't cover that stuff.
You do put a claim through if it's there, but any fees that we know about are supposed to be taken care of. We do, well, we check for vacant lot fees.
Mhm.
It's not supposed to be a lienable fee.
Mhm.
So if the bank owns the property, they're supposed to pay that vacant lot fee. That's once the foreclosure is done.
Mhm.
If not, it's there with the township, but the bank can negotiate it down because
So if it's missed, the title insurance will pick it up?
if anything's missed and the lien becomes on the house and it's after the fact, yes, we will pick it up.
Okay.
We should pick it up. Most guys will make it go through the underwriter.
Mhm.
For me, I'm proactive when I do my title insurance. If a claim comes up, I just had one the other day. There was it was actually a sale that went through. We paid a tax sale certificate off. And unbeknownst to us, the water department had a bill that was paid by the tax sale holder who did not include it in the payoff of his tax sale lien, went to the water department, proved that he paid it. They paid him. They sent us an invoice. So that was like $220 that was a claim that needed to be paid, and it was owed by the prior owner. But we're issuing clear and marketable title. If something comes up, you put it through your underwriter or you just pay it. I tend to just pay it as long as, it's within reason.
All right, next question now. Are you ready? I'm sorry. What are some of the neighborhoods you think are up and coming right now? I'm not sure if you guys want to chime in on this, but my personal favorite for Union County is probably Rahway. Rahway's come up a lot, and they're doing a lot of revitalization there. I'm not sure if you guys have any picks down south or anywhere else, Bergen County.
No, I don't pay attention.
It's hot everywhere.
I mean, I think a great thing to look at for this is like New York City is the engine of the entire region. And when you're coming off that train line, you're getting to Elizabeth, you're getting to anywhere along those train lines, New York has become beyond unaffordable, but people still have to work in it or near it.
Yep.
So I think getting to those trains is very important. And I live down in the Philadelphia area. Philadelphia is still, again, it's relative to New York. Still, Philadelphia is so undervalued compared to DC and New York. And a lot of younger people still are moving into cities and want to live near cities. So I'm a proponent of a lot of what's happening in Philadelphia. And while I think that corrections happen in the economy all the time, I still think that a city like Philadelphia isn't overpriced at all. So there's a little bit of built-in protection there. I'm not saying run to Philly and do this or that, but there's a lot of building like you saw along the Jersey City coastline in the last 25 years, similar style looking places throughout the city of Philadelphia.
There is that I've noticed in Essex County, in Bloomfield. The rail line is right there. It's like the last stop before they go over. So it's a half hour into the city. You go a little bit more west into Montclair or Caldwell, which are only a couple towns over. The amount of train stops between those towns, because they do live in New York, but it could add 45 minutes on. So you could take an hour and a half to get to the city coming from Montclair, where it's a half hour from Bloomfield because it's the last stop.
Yes.
So those areas are up and coming.
Yes. Dave mentioned the Northeast Corridor line along 95 is the main route from New York City to Philadelphia. So that's where you would want to put that focus in as it relates to the transient area along that market here that's thriving. And as they mentioned, everybody from the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Staten Island wants to come to the Union County line.
And I don't necessarily I think the values of properties in South Jersey are low, so people buy them for rentals. Especially you see a lot of like really low value places. I don't necessarily believe in the higher price houses around Philadelphia necessarily, because I'm saying that people want to live in a city and it's affordable, but I don't know how much commerce is coming out of Philadelphia. It's a lot of people that can work from home, you know, a new way of working. I don't know how much business people have to be in an office in Philly where the houses, the higher end houses, higher end there is $500,000 and greater. I don't know if that definitely holds in the greater region.
Thank you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, our next question, is there a way to leverage equity in my current home to secure funding for a sheriff's sale? Dave, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, you can do a lot of things to get money out of your house. You can get home equity lines of credit. You can refinance your house. These aren't things I'm suggesting that you should do if you're investing in real estate, but those are things that you can do. But again, you know, when you're buying properties, you can buy a property in your own personal name. But from a lending standpoint, at least you have to buy one in an LLC as well. So the money will be coming from your personal to your LLC, et cetera. But yeah, you can definitely, I see people using home equity lines of credit all the time for down payments. Most lenders don't look at how your money is sourced when you're getting involved in purchasing property. So however you go about getting money through your home one way or the other, they're not going to be overly concerned with that.
Okay, next question now, is there anything with the condition of the house that would be cause to pass on the deal that you can tell from the outside? Well, yeah, there's a few things you want to look at from the exterior. That one of them would be any fill pipes or any oil lines that you might be able to notice from outside. If this is going to be your first flip and you don't really want to deal with an oil tank, you might want to pass on those. Another thing would be too, if the property is occupied and you are not going to be able to get in the home to get an appraisal, if this is a mandate for you to be able to buy a home, you may want to stick to only the vacant homes and stay away from the occupied ones. You guys have anything to add?
If you look at the house and there's a big hole in the roof, don't buy it.
I will say I noticed something kind of funny at a house, two houses recently in this county. Both homes that people I knew owned. Both were sitting kind of in a depression on the lawn itself, and both discovered serious flooding and water problems that you wouldn't really have thought about. And they both dealt with them upon trying to sell their homes. And the water can lead to mold in the basement, and mold remediation can be a whole other level of repair costs that you're not considering. So seeing where a property sits from the road could tell you a little bit about where water sits with that house.
How many properties typically go to sale at these auctions? Okay, well, if it's some of the quieter counties, you may only see about maybe 5 or 7 properties sell that day, but some of the bigger auctions, you could see as many as 50 properties go. So always make sure that you look at the site or the website for the sales. You can check on auction.com, or you can check the website for the county, see how many properties are scheduled for that day. You may want to pick the best county that has the most properties so you can have the best chance of getting a property. Our next question, how do I know how much money in cashier's checks I need to bring to the auction?
You know.
Yeah, well, you may want to ask yourself, how much did my hard money lender approve me to, or how much money am I willing to spend on my next property? If it's 200 grand, then you may want to bring 20% of 200 grand broken up into different denominations in case you spend less than 200. You just want to do the math before you go there and say what your comfort level in purchasing of the next property is going to be, and just take 20% of that, break it up as much as you can, and just go with that, made out to the county or made out to yourself so you can endorse the back.
Right. Only you know your limits. You know you're willing to spend 200. That's what you're going to bring. 20,000 in broken up checks.
And be disciplined, because prices of properties are very competitive. Don't deviate from your strategy. If you put a lot of time into it, stick with it. Even if the properties are going for more than you want to put in, don't fall prey to that. Just
let it go.
Stay with your strategy, let it go, and live to fight another day.
Absolutely.
Great advice.
Next question, what is the average time you have to decide on making a bid during the auction? Well, this could be read in two different ways. You have as many as a few months to actually do the research on the properties because they do get posted on auction.com and they do get posted on the website for the sheriff department. Some counties post them out way ahead and some only post them out 2 months or a month ahead. But if you're going to make a decision at the auction itself, you may have less than a minute, or you may have only from the time you show up to the time that the property gets called. So make sure you do as much research as possible on the homes that are going for sale and don't just show up and make a bid without seeing the home. It could lead to a lot of issues. You could buy a home that's no longer there, a home that was in a fire, a home that has tenants and you'll never be able to get rid of. So just make sure you do that research prior to. Next question. Are there any special registrations or anything I need to do to attend an auction? Well, you don't need to register ahead of time, but you do need to register when you show up to some counties. Other counties don't require you to register. So always call ahead and find out what the process is so you get there nice and early if you have to be. Always account for parking, account for registration, and make sure you have your checks at least a day in advance so you don't spend any time running around that same day. Do you guys have anything to add?
The rooms are limited to the amount of people that can be fit in that room too. So if it's a big county and large sales, and they can hold 50 people, they hold 50 people. After that, you're not allowed.
I would just want to add that Monmouth County does allow you to pre-register.
Oh, nice.
They are trying to get an idea of how many people are coming, so you are able to do that, and we do hope that you'll do that so you don't run into the problem that Nick just suggested.
Very forward thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's Mama.
Our next property now, what is the cheapest property you've heard of someone purchasing at a sheriff's sale? Well, there isn't such thing as a cheap property anymore. It depends on how you look at things. Even properties that I've seen recently go for $14,000 get bid way over $100,000. So if you're looking for a cheap property, I would suggest that you go a few times before you buy anything and see what the normal is. And that would probably give you a good idea of what you can afford. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen any cheap properties recently, maybe not up in North Jersey.
Not at sheriff's sale. We really don't see them. I mean, anything I've seen that's a cheap property, if you're looking for cheap properties and you're not concerned, is anything that the township owns. If the township has foreclosed on a tax sale, which is not open to the public to bid on, they now own the property. They don't want to be the owners of the property. They want to sell the property and have a tax roll coming in, because them owning the property, it's free, but they're not getting any money because they don't have to pay taxes to themselves. So they want to sell it. So it's always check with the townships if you're looking for a real cheap property. That's like a lot of these flip shows you see on TV. These people are buying houses from the town because the town's going to rip down the house because it's condemned, and they're going to save it. They've paid $5,000 to $15,000 for a house with a lot. It could happen, but not at sheriff's sale.
Good. Okay. Next question. Have you ever bought a property for a tear down to build a new construction? Is there any regulation that prevents someone from doing that with sheriff sale properties? No, there is no regulation on what you can build as long as the city and the zoning allow you to build what you want to build. So it doesn't matter whether you buy it at a sheriff sale or you buy it as a regular sale from anyone else. You just make sure that you know what you're buying prior to buying, because you may not be able to build what you want to build there. You guys have any?
I had a house across the street from me in Verona. It was a huge 3-story mansion. I was looking to bid on it. It was about $500,000 in foreclosure. The house probably repaired would have been like a $1.5 million home. But the guy who ended up getting it, when he got to the house, the foundation was so deteriorated. We were surprised the house was even standing. He ended up tearing it down. So there are no restrictions. There's just cost. And that's one of the things you look at and go for. Sometimes these houses, Bill posted something the other day on auction.com about a house that was a flip, and he showed the before and after. And in the before pictures, you could see like the second story of the house was kind of like gone. And in the after picture, they rebuilt the whole house. So there's a lot you can do depending on what you're willing to spend and what you can get for the house when it's done. But there are properties out there. If you go to what we would call a blighted area, I did have a client in Camden who was picking up foreclosures for around 50,000, and he was rehabbing them and then picking up the next one and the next one and the next one. It was a blighted area. It was tough to be in. He ended up owning like 20 houses in a 2-block area. Yeah. So he's making money on the rents.
Right. Don't buy a property at sheriff's sale and think to yourself, just know what you're doing, that I can tear this down, single family. And if there's a 3-unit next to it, that doesn't mean you can build a 3-unit. Just because there's a one across the street or one next door, doesn't mean you can do that. If you buy a property, tear it down, you can't just build whatever you want. If you're going to tear down a single family and build a single family, those plans will be very easy. But if you're going to try to change
you have to check the town ordinance on what you can build.
Right.
The house I was talking about across the street, which was a 3-story house, huge, old historic
By the way, he
house.
lives across from mansion.
And when he ripped it down and went to put the new one, guess what? 2-story house. It would allow him to go up that as high as he wanted to.
His grandfather.
So, yeah, because it was in a beautiful home that I wanted to restore, but didn't get to. So I guess there's no more questions. I'll take my Mr. Magoo's off, and then away we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude today's pre-auction review. Just a few dates I want you to keep in mind. October 23rd, panelists and everyone out there in TV land will be our next online review for Hudson, Union, and Bergen counties. You can get information on that at auction.com/online review. Our Monmouth, Middlesex, and Ocean County pre-auction review for October will be on the 30th. All right. Information on that is at auction.com/web review. Also in October on the 26th, Luis and I will start up our successful lunch and learns here at Culture Estates. So stay tuned for that. If you are interested in attending, please contact W. Smith at auction.com or C. Williams at auction.com. And you can, of course, call one of my fine panelists here directly. Their information is coming up soon. They will also be here for the lunch and learn. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And we also have a special guest. Was this some value for you to come sit in and listen?
I'll be in Europe.
Definitely. So once again, Luis, I'll turn it in to you guys to give your final call. And
Are there any 101 seminars like you
Yes, we are looking to schedule that today, and that will probably be on October 18th. Just hasn't been confirmed yet.
Okay, just check.
Yes. Thanks for keeping me on the ball.
Okay.
David, can you tell us how to get in touch with you, please?
Yes, I'm David Weintraub, or Hard Money Lender. You can reach me at dewfunding@gmail.com. Can handle pretty much any type of lending you're looking for in the investment space.
There you go.
That's a good move you did, shortening your email address.
Yeah, it was tough. My last name is not Smith or Williams.
You wanted 26 letters in your email. Nick, how do we get in touch with you?
I'm Nick from Fortune Title. You can call us anytime, 973-226-6555. Ask for me. I always answer questions. You can go online, fortunetitle.net. Email anytime is nickT@fortunereo.com.
You accept emails all times of the day?
Hey, you know what? I am connected 24/7,
Nice.
but I will say for the month of October, I'm in Europe.
It's traveling all over.
Amsterdam,
That's
not
what you
Europe.
can.
Well, Budapest to Amsterdam on a river cruise.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
And
And
something back.
in closing, guys, I'm Louis Leva. I'm the CEO and broker of record for Culture Estate. If you guys want information on how to navigate the waters of buying these sheriff sales, always reach out to us. Or if you're interested in getting into real estate as an agent, we can also help you make that transition. Find us at culture.estate. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.